Moving on, eh? Alrighty then. Well, I was thinking about this topic. I just started thinking about what in the world I am going to be moving on from soon. And, you know, I'm going to be moving on from college, university, very soon. I know I'm only halfway through this semester right now. Well, technically a little bit past halfway. And I've got another one coming, but I'm going through advisement and I'm going to be signing up for my last round of classes in the next couple of weeks. And so I know that I'm coming to a point where I have to move on from being a student to being an adult. And I think to some degree that's a bit of a healthy thing, and you'll all understand this whether you've graduated or you're facing it sometime soon or you know what, but here I am, and I've dedicated my entire life to education. And to some degree, the entire rest of my life will also be dedicated to learning. I never want to stop learning, but I'm going to stop being a student whose goal is to make an A, and I'm going to start being someone who needs to learn and has to learn to survive. You know, I've been supported by my family and by a great system, scholarships and all that creates a safety net. And I'm getting to a point where I'm going to be moving on beyond that into the next stage of my life. And I'm a little bit nervous and scared and excited all at once. But I've learned something today, specifically. I'll give you a little backstory. I've been recording a record over fall break for us, which has been the last 4 days. It's been Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and now it's technically Monday, but it still feels like Sunday to me because of how much we've been in the studio and everything. But they decided, the band, that they were going to have an acoustic song, and it's actually playing right now in the background. They decided they wanted to have an acoustic song on the record, but that they wanted to just record it the very last. That'd be the last thing we did. After everything else was done and we were ready to move on to mixing, we'd just record one last thing. And I'm really proud of the turnout. I think I did some pretty darn good work to make it sound good, and I'm very pleased with it, but I like the message of the song. And to me, it talks about, you know, you go through all these different struggles in life, all these different times, all these different things that you have to move on from. Hard times, good times, no matter what it is, you eventually have to move on from everything. You move on from friends, which are awesome. You move on from time periods in your life, be it school, high school, college, whatever. You move on all the time. You're constantly moving on from something. And whether you like the fact that you're moving on from something or you don't like it, eventually some things are going to get you down a bit about having to move on. And I like the idea that it's okay, because I need to keep it together, because I've got family and friends who need me in my right mind. So as I think of moving on with my life and going on into this next stage of my life that is full of questions that have no answers yet, I just want to keep in mind that it's important to remain true to yourself. You've got people who need you, whether you know it or not, and they need you at your best, in your right mind. So as you get ready to move on with the next stage in your life, just keep that in mind.